yes that follows is the start of a...
Okay, right here, it gives you different options. One, did you mean that it was an answer? If it is, then you put your cursor right there, press F4, F4 brings it down as an answer. Okay? Or it gives you an option, come up here. Do you need punctuation? If you can, you press number 2, it's going to open a separate box, and it's going to give you options of do you want a period, comma, semicolon, colon, whatever. Or you can just put your
hyperkey.
Huh?
Cursor hyperkey.
You can put your cursor right there and just push comma, and it'll put a comma right there after third, if that's what you want. Those are the different ways of doing it. Right here, the correct way is putting your cursor there and then pushing F4, because all it did was it stacked the yes with your last question. Understand?
Yes.
a paragraph. If I press 3, that will now make it easy for me to say, this is an answer. Most of the time, Eclipse Automatic Number Conversion formats numbers properly as you write, but sometimes context may be unclear. For those times where you need to change the format of a number, Automagic makes it possible to do so with a very minimum of steps.
Did y'all understand what it just said right there at the end?
Yes.
Automagic is pretty much always going to know what you're doing. So it's always going to give you those options. Money, time, date, just a number, ordinals, any of that stuff, okay?
Yes.
So if you don't know how to stroke it, but you want to change it, it's always going to give you that option to change it, okay? Any questions? Anyone?
Cool. I'm gonna put those. I'm gonna put that list of things on there. The quantity, money, ordinal, Roman, generic.
Hotkeys, pop-ups, and fonts are a few Automagic display options that are found in the View Toggles dialog. Let's see. At the right edge of the info bar, Automagic can show the speed keys or hyperkeys that are available as keyboard shortcuts. This can help new users to learn the keyboard shortcuts for editing efficiency, but more experienced users may want to hide them. This can be done by going to the View Toggles dialog and unchecking the box that appears next to Hotkeys. Your Automagic choices can also be displayed in a small pop-up window that can appear after a short...
Do you understand what it's telling you there?
Yep.
Everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Right here,
This can be done by going to...
it shows you the different options you have of what you need to do. Do you want to reverse the words? If you want to reverse the words, these are called hotkeys right here. So these are ways in order to do it, in order to do what you want to do without having to go the long way of kind of looking into, your Windows or whatever. Okay?
Yes.
So this gives you different options right here. These are called hotkeys. And it's just a shortcut way of doing it, is all it's doing.
Similar
Okay?
to
If you want to turn them off, you come here to the Windows, View Toggles, and it'll give you different options of what you want to do with anything. If you want to close this box, you want to close this box, you can make 2 screens, you can make 4 screens on one little thing. I mean, it all depends on what you want to do. If you get a chance and you have something that you can kind of mess around with, like an old, just an old dictation, go in there and mess with this. Windows, click on it, View Toggles, and then go in there and kind of mess with some of those things. Okay? And it doesn't really matter if you mess it up, so this way, you're not hurting anything.
To the View Toggles dialog and unchecking the box that appears next to
and if you uncheck it, right there it's checked, so it's giving you the hotkeys option. If you uncheck it, then it'll take those away. And it's not really taking it away, the options that you have. It's just telling you what the shortcut is. It's going to take away what the shortcut is. It's still going to give you on the Auto Magic keys, it's still going to give you the option to do the same thing. It's just not going to tell you how to do it in a shortcut. Okay?
Keys. Your AutoMagic choices can also be displayed in a small pop-up window that can appear after a short delay. The delay is expressed in milliseconds, and the default setting is half a second. So as I move my cursor, the choices offered by AutoMagic are brought closer to where I'm looking. In fact, you can hide the info bar entirely.
You understand what it's telling you there?
Do that again. No, that was interesting.
In milliseconds, and the default setting is half a second. Can appear after a short delay. The delay is expressed in milliseconds.
They're talking about the delay time on the pop-up box. So if you want the pop-up box to come up, you set the delay time to whatever you want, and then it comes up and it gives you different options of what it thought that you were trying to write right there. So it's almost like a small magic key option that's going to pop up just for like a small couple of seconds or however you want it by setting the delay time. Okay? That's what it's saying.
And the default setting is half a second. So as I move my cursor, the choices offered by AutoMagic are brought closer to where I'm looking. In fact, you can hide the info bar entirely and still see your AutoMagic choices only in a pop-up. To do
You understand what it's saying there?
That was cool.
So instead of having the magic key bar, the magic keys bar over here, you can take that off. You can take AutoMagic off, put it in the pop-up with the info bar, with the delay time, and it's going to pop up. Every time you move your cursor on a different word, it's going to pop it up right there, so you don't have to look that far. You don't have to look to the left all the time and say, oh, it's number 3. It's going to be right there in front of you. Okay? Get that?
Yeah, that was neat.
this, go to the View Toggles dialog and uncheck the box next to Info Bar, but leave the choices next to AutoMagic and Pop-Up checked. That frees up some space on the screen without...
You see what that did?
Yes.
It took the AutoMagic keys away, but it still brings it up in the pop-up as you're moving your cursor on the different words. It's giving you the different options. So really all it's doing is kind of giving you a mini Magic Keys AutoMagic over here, right here. But really it's just giving you the words. It's not giving you options, you know, a lot of times like AutoMagic would.
Well, they said because you're better at it. That's why you do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
More professional at it.
So that's knowing, you know, other different things like your punctuation. It's usually not going to give your punctuation here. It's going to kind of, you know, just give you options on your writing. Okay?
Yes.
depriving you of your AutoMagic choices. Don't forget that you can adjust the font that's used to display your AutoMagic choices. For instance, you could use a smaller font that's narrow and bold. The AutoMagic choices would still be very readable, but now the info bar would not need to be as wide. So you could use the mouse to hover over the right edge of the info bar, then hold down the left mouse button while you drag to the left. That could free up some display space for other elements on your screen.
You understand what it's telling you right there?
Yeah.
If your AutoMagic box is too big, you put your cursor right here, it'll go into like a line. Press your left key, hold it down, and then just kind of scroll over, and it kind of moves it over. Y'all know how to do that?
Yes.
You know how to do that? Okay. If you want to make that box smaller, put your cursor right there. It's going to make like a little line.
Yeah, the little arrows going
Let me
left
see
and
if it'll,
right.
let me see if it'll do it. See how it did it right there? See how it makes that line right there? Left click it, drag it, and it'll drag it as far as you want. To as much or as little as you want. You want to be careful that you don't drag it too far. Okay? You know what I'm saying now? Okay.
Yes.
That's it. Any questions on that part?
David, what would you recommend on the font size? To have it on?
I think I used 13.
That's what I have it on. I have it on 13.
Yeah, I
but
think
was
it's
just wondering,
13.
Is it 13?
It might be
What's the
13. It
question?
might be 16.
What was the question?
What's the font size?
Oh, yeah, I like the fonts with them.
It might be
See, I
13 or
have-
16.
Yeah, I have it on 13, but
Yeah.
it just dawned on me right now, like,
Yeah.
what's the recommended?
And we had a speaker here Saturday, and she had like all of her things in different colors, like her periods and her question marks and her question, answer, just all kinds of different colors, so.
Green with
It was
purple.
real
It was
noticeable.
weird.
I liked it.
How did y'all like her?
I like
Love her.
She was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, time to go home. Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of had enough. So.
Yay!
Okay, guys, that's it for today.